So yesterday was a day I took relatively big risk. Now there is a rationale behind why I had taken this risk, and it was a very risky trade. And the risky trade actually it paid off, and it really paid off good. We made around 1.29 lakhs today on the expiry day trades in one of our accounts, and I'm going to show you how much we made, and I'm going to share the screenshot also. At the same time, I will also share the I will share the rationale behind this trade, and I wouldn't suggest anyone to take this kind of risk, because if there was any small mistake or had the market rallied on the upside, I would have lost heavily, maybe more than 5 to 6 lakhs. But we can reduce that 5 to 6 lakhs. We can do some adjustment, or we can do some circus, or we will find a way to make adjustment. But it was really risky, because you are taking a risk on a expiry day, or just one day before expiry date. That was highly risky, too much risky. That's why I am saying you shouldn't be trying this kind of trades, and that's why I am saying there is a strong disclaimer. Now if you see this one, yeah, I hope you can see this one. Yeah, now what we did is we have done some trades, and it's around 25 lots, and we made a total MTM profit of 1,29,775. Now that's great, right? But you have to understand what was the trade. Now if you see in this chart, for the last 3 or 4 trading session, Nifty was trying to go below 16,500, but it never went. Actually it went below 16,500, but whenever it was going below 16,500, there were a good amount of buying in the market, and immediately Nifty used to sustain or go up towards close above 16,500. So for the last 3 or 4 trading session, you forget about 24th February, 25th February, Nifty tried to break 16,500. 28th February, also Nifty tried to break 16,500. 2nd March also it tried to break below 16,500, and today also it tried to break 16,500. Now if we go to 2nd March, you must remember there were some geopolitical situations, and in the US, Jerome Powell was coming out with this thing, I think, some minutes of Federal Reserve. Now what was my expectation is, yesterday when we gapped down and Nifty smartly recovered that gap, it was a huge recovery, right, from where we went. I think yesterday's low was around 16,478. That's what I am saying. Nifty tried to break 16,500 yesterday, but once it went to below 16,500, we were able to recover smartly, and we closed around 16,700. Not 16,000, 16,670 or 75 levels. Now what I was thinking, there were Russia-Ukraine war, and there were meetings. I think there were meeting going between Ukraine and Russia in Belarus, and on top of that, that Jerome Powell was also coming out with this thing, I think. Yeah, if I'm not right, Jerome Powell was due to come out with a press conference about increasing the interest rate hike. Now I was expecting, and if you have been following us for the last 2 or 3 trading session, I have been telling, I will not be surprised if US Federal Reserve is increasing the interest rate by 50 basis point, and that was my expectation. Now, to my surprise, yesterday he came out and interest rate was kind of like, instead of increasing 50 basis point, actually they were they were in the intention of increasing the interest rate to 50 basis points. But to my surprise, it was just increased to 25 basis point because of this Ukraine-Russia issue, and I was surprised. Market was really rallying on the upside. Now what I did, I sold 16,000. Let me show you. Yeah. Let me show you. And by the way, if you see, FIIs have sold for around 6,644 crores. We'll come back to that later. Okay. Now, yeah. Now, what my expectation was 17,000 is going to be a super resistance. So when you had seen the open interest chart yesterday, 17,000 had the highest call, and 16,500 or 16,000, 16,300 and 16,200 had the highest put option. Now what we did, we wrote a 16,000, we wrote 16,200 put option, and on the upside we had written 16,800, 16,800 call option, both for 50 rupees, around 25 lots we sold both. And of course there was hedge in case the market had gap down, or if even in case the market was gapping down by 5% or 6%, I would have not lost my whole margin, because I had some protection, I had some hedges. Now, once the market was rallying yesterday, I freaked out, and you know what happens for the last 2 or 3 trading sessions. If the market is gapping down, it will reverse and go on the upside. If the market was gapping up, it will reverse and come on the downside. Yesterday, market went upside, so my thought was, okay, Jerome Powell is going to come out and he's going to increase the rate by 50 interest rate by 50 basis point, and market is going to come down and we are going to make money. To my surprise, when the US market rallied, I freaked out and I was not able to sleep. And as per my expectation, market today gapped up around from 16,678 to 16,768. I had a call written on 16,800. You imagine, today morning this position was in a loss of around, I think, maybe 60 or 70,000 crore, in spite, not crores, sorry, 60 or 70,000 rupees, in spite of theta decay, in spite of India VIX going down by 4% or 5%, I think. Yeah, not 5%, 7%, down by 7%. Now I freaked out. I had a strong conviction I shouldn't be doing anything. Even if it had gone above 16,800, we would have done something else. That is different story. I don't want to tell about that. We will discuss about that in a separate video. Now, first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I was waiting, and after 10 minutes, I started relaxing. And you know what happened? The whole day. The whole day FIIs have been selling, and FIIs today has alone sold for around 6,644 crores, my friend. That is one of the highest in the recent times. So this kind of figure is really alarming. And even yesterday I told in our Telegram group, 10-year bond yields are increasing, and the incident which happened yesterday is just a one-day event. It doesn't mean if Federal Reserve is just increased the interest rate by 25 basis point, it doesn't mean market will keep on going. Still, it is a bad news for market, but it is some good thing in a bad thing. Rather, it being a very bad news, it was just a small bad news. It was not a big bad news, but it was a small bad news. That was the reason US markets had gone or rallied yesterday, but it is not going to happen today. As I talk to you now, I think US futures are really flat, and Europe is also still flat. Russia is in big trouble. Each and every country is putting sanctions on Russia, and this guy Putin is not in the mood to go back. So hopefully what we think is markets might come down. That's what I think. I really don't know, but 16,500, which is being which bears are trying to break, had to be taken out. And if I'm not right, I think today Nifty closed below 16,500. I think it closed somewhere around 16,495 or 96. Still, we are unclear what is going to be the direction going forward. We really don't know how the market is going to be, and don't think, okay, we can trade or we can do something. It doesn't it's not like that. Because I made money doesn't mean I will make money in coming weeks. I may lose heavily also. So there is a strong disclaimer. That's why I told in the start of the trading session itself, start of this video itself, it was a highly risk trade, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to take these kind of trades in the market in your trading account, right? So it was a very simple strangle. As I told you, it was a very simple strangle, but some logic helped us to make this profit. Anyway, for the markets, let us see if yeah let us see if markets, yeah, FIA, I told FIAs have sold more than 644 6000 600 crores, and DAs were not able to this thing today. Sorry, I am going to somewhere else. Let us see CNN. Yeah, US pre-market, is it in favor of us or is it going to be? Yeah. And what is going to, the best thing which happened is India Wix also dropped today, right? I think it's dropped by around 3.66%. That's also good news. And US pre-market is really flat. We'll have to wait how the US market opens and how things pan out, and we will see if there is any good news for us. If there is no good news, we might go still on the downside. So that is what is my expectation. Now the 16,500, 16,400 levels are very crucial for us, unless if we sustain that. And that's what, see, the problem is whenever the market goes up, FIIs are coming and keep on selling. They keep so heavy, they sell so heavily that market whenever there is markets are trying to go up, they keep on selling. That's what they have been doing for the last 4 or 5 trading session. I don't know where this is going to end. Let's hope for the best. And as of now, we really don't know the direction. When you see the weeks and when you see the things happening around, we really don't know the direction. We will have to wait how things pan out. And as I told you, let's hope for the best. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.